Good afternoon, everybody. I hope people are well in the car world. Fairly short video today, just to update on some of the bits and pieces that I have pulled together for my 900 restoration. Not particularly glamorous setting. This is where most of the work will be done on the car, on my driveway. I don't have the, unfortunately don't have a ramp or covered area, and my little Lancia is currently tucked in the garage as well, though that will be coming out soon because it does need a little bit of engine work. So yeah, I'll try to get, once that's out, I'll get the 900 in so I can pull it backwards and forwards out the garage to do some work on that, but I will do a little video on that one at some point. It's an interesting little car. Just as I'm here, of course, my 9000 as well. Again, at some point I'll do a video on this one. It is, as you'd have seen in the first video, running just over 400 horse, but it's just been absolutely fantastic so far. So I'll do a full video on it, but there's a Garrett GT21 RS turbo in there, standard internals, but yeah, a video for another day on that one. So back to the bits and pieces I have here. So I bought the headlining here. I'll post links and bits and pieces of the companies that found some of these things for once I'm happy with the quality of them. This, for example, here, very sadly, unfortunately, that's been damaged in transit, so that's going to have to go back. But it's unfair, I think, to post sort of post links to companies until I'm sort of satisfied with the goods, and I'm sure there won't be any problem with them replacing that one for me. So yeah, so this one comes with the headlight, the sunroof fabric as well, which is very handy to retrim the roof in the car, and also the C-pillars as well that are trimmed ready to match in the correct colour, so that's going to make a big difference. I'm always a little bit, maybe slightly sort of backwards thinking when it comes to some of the bits and pieces that I plan to do on a car. You'd have thought that really getting the car roadworthy, getting into that rot and the like, would be the priority. But actually there's some quick wins with the car. The headlining in the car at the moment is absolutely horrible, and that's going to make a heck of a difference. Simple things like the new mats to go in as well, that basically then gets the car, the interior, pretty much there. A few other bits and pieces just to finish it off. The car doesn't currently have a gear knob, so I've bought a brand new genuine SAAB leather gear knob and gaiter to go into it. This one, oh gosh, I found loads of bits and pieces in my garage over the years that I've had for going back maybe 10 years or so, and this one might end up going into the car. The reason being that it's got the tan insert, and I might get a company to reupholster that into the Beryl Green colour, or closest that they can, exterior colour of the car, just to see how that might look. So just whizzing around a few bits and pieces. So that's the interior. I have a period graphic equaliser. Don't yet have a head unit. I'm looking for one of those. I've been trawling through the internet, finding information on these. So it's this head unit that I'm after ideally. Either of these two will run the CD player, and I'll put a post up on some of the stereo stuff at a later date. I have this graphic as well, but this is from a much earlier car, from a sort of circa 1987ish, from what I can find. So it'll be lovely to get this head unit and graphic equaliser up and running. Also quite a rare cassette deck, cassette holder here, which will be useful for just going back to that retro look. I'm not a massive fan of sort of Bluetooth stereos, so it'll be nice to slot that in something a little bit rare. And then just some good old servicing parts, plugs, leads, oil filter, brake pads, rotor arm cap, and these, which will be a heck of a lot nicer than the horrible clear and very manky indicator units that are currently on it. So yeah, I'll continue to add to the bits and pieces, but it's nice to try to get some parts together to start to bring it to life. So really, with what I've got here, the interior of the car will then be complete, which I think is a nice place to be, because it's just one significant area of the car that is then done and dusted, and then I don't have to be thinking about that in any shape or form. So yeah, exciting stuff. And in terms of the update on the car, possibly next weekend, so in a week's time, I should be looking to get that recovered to the house, and so the work begins. Awesome. As always, give it a like, give it a subscribe if you haven't done so already for further updates. And I say I'll post a separate video at some point on this audio gear, and also on my 9000 and the little Lancia as well. Take it easy, people. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.